Hi, I'm Kay Kelm.
And I'm Travis Kelm.
And we're from the Math
Department. So our goal here is there's two things. One, we want to tell you about our redesign ideas for calculus, Math075. And the second is we want to record the worst possible report out video. This way you can all learn what not to do when you produce your videos.
Don't worry about thanking us. That's just the kind of people we are.
We're givers. We give. So Calculus 1 has a notorious reputation. I mean, it's a high demand course. Lots of different science students and engineering students need the course. But at the same time, it has a very low success rate. And so it seems like a perfect course to do a redesign attempt. And so here's the lecture format that probably we're most familiar with. Does anybody know what this is? It's called a Laffer curve. What it means is that if you're at this point, the revenue on the Laffer curve is the same as if you're at this point. Now this is a little bit controversial.
So we all know how it goes. The students walk into class cold. We force the material down their throats while they write stuff down, or not, and they hope they understand it later.
Now, we tell them to take all that knowledge that we've impressed upon them and just go home and practice it, doing homework problems.
The results show that this leads to some not so good learning outcomes. I just have no idea why I'm not passing this class. I mean, is there any extra credit I could do?
So the big idea of the revision is to get students working on problems in class. So right now, currently, all of their homework is done online. And we'll keep that. We're okay with that. But what we want to have now is we want to have the classes meet in a computer lab where we'll maybe have a little bit of lecture time on some days just to talk about some of the major conceptual ideas. But most of the class time we'll be using to let students work on the computers on problems, maybe daily problems that we create for them, or maybe just problems from their homework.
And the professor will be there to help the students when they get stuck, or better yet, the faculty will provide a bridge by which the students can help each other.
Okay, well, here's my question. If you factor and cancel and you still have to divide by 0, then what happens?
Yeah, that's a good question, and that happens a lot. Hey, Calvin, do you remember what happens when you factor and cancel and you still end up dividing by 0? You remember what happens then? Yep, I thought you did. Why don't you come over here and then tell Ms. Durkins, how that works. So the Academy has also given us a lot of other really good ideas that we're thinking about incorporating in the redesign. One example is we're giving some thought to eliminating the high stakes midterm exams that take place sporadically at 3 or 4 times during the semester.
And replace them with shorter weekly quizzes administered via Blackboard during class.
Yeah, so the idea here is we want to break the relax, cram, that sort of strange cycle that students can get into, and instead, instill in them the idea that they should be doing mathematics every day and just make a habit out of it.
We've observed that because of the nature of math courses that they build on, the material builds on itself throughout the term, students that fall behind early find it very difficult to catch back up. The redesigned course will make a concerted effort to carefully track students so that the faculty can intervene quickly when a student appears to be slipping.
Yeah, and so we definitely think we can make use of support at and grades first to give us some extra support in getting that early intervention with the students to help keep them on track. And now what's another really interesting thing that's come out of the Academy, at least for me, is I've got some really exciting ideas from some of the other groups that I might want to apply to other courses besides calculus. I mean, for example, I'm really intrigued by the idea of peer grading that came out of the biology group. I mean, because right now in my proofwriting class, I'm always saying to my students, your proofs should contain enough detailed explanation that one of your fellow students could painlessly follow your argument. And peer grading seems like just the perfect method for truly holding students to that standard. I mean, right now I've just been grading the papers myself, but if I get the students to see what other students have done, I think everybody will benefit from that setup.
The obvious concern is, will all of this actually improve learning outcomes? It will work, won't it?
Oh yeah. Math075, improvement, money in the bank.
Of course it will. Money in the bank.
In any case, we'll definitely be working with Chris Hernandez in order to get some good assessment tools in place. I mean, and also we're really interested in like longitudinal assessments, since after all, Math075 is kind of just the first step down an intensely rewarding and personally fulfilling path of being a STEM major.
Is this going to be on the test?
And another concern that we have is, will students actually be comfortable with us not lecturing as much?
Dude, this professor doesn't even teach. He just walks around and making people help each other. Teachers are so overpaid.
It's pathetic, man. Oh, but you know what? My uncle, he's on the board of trustees. He's going to hear all about this.
So we're always asking, will the students buy in and not hammer us on the evaluations? So along with forming ideas for the course redesign, we want to brainstorm methods of early intervention that won't tax faculty workload too much, and ways of helping students understand clearly the active learning effort that will be expected of them. That's about it.
Okay, so yeah, that's, I think that sums it up. All right, so thanks for watching.
Bye for now.